All right, on tonight's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our generative AI course, and we're still building our front end for our medical chatbot. Let's have a look at what we went over tonight. Now, tonight we did add a few more features to our front end, so let's pick up where we left off from last night. The last thing we added was the embeddings. So here we go. So next we want to initialize our pine cone. This is the code we will use to do that. So we added a pine cone to our store. As you can see here, the pinecone.init. Inside of this init function, we have our API key in our environment. That's that. And next we want to store our data and mention our pinecone index name before that. This is the code we will use to do that. You can see here the index name equals medical chatbot. And this is how we're going to store our data. Pinecone dot from text, t dot page content from t and text chunks, embeddings index name equals index name. Let me show you that inside of the store. You can see here. So I think this was the last piece of the store information that we needed before we moved on to a different file. So let's pick up the reading. Now we should be able to execute this file now and have our data stored in our Pinecone database. The instructor ran it and it ran fine for him. And it started actually populating inside of his Pinecone database. Again, I didn't initialize anything on my local system because I don't want to upset the things and installs I already have. So if I do want to eventually try out this front end, I will just open up another like Jupyter Notebook or Google Colab to actually do it. And I'm not going to do it here in my local machine because it's going to throw off my installs and all the inputs I already have. So with that being said, let's move on. And with that, our store.py file is done. So this file is done here. We've done everything that we're going to be doing inside of it, at least for now, I'm thinking. So we can actually close that one out. Okay, the next thing we need to do is add our prompt to our prompt.py file. So you can see here we have our prompt. This is the code we will be adding to our file. So you can see this is our prompt that we're going to add to our prompt.py file. And here it is here. We just added it, copied and pasted, simple. Now this is done, we will start working on our app.py file. First thing we need to do is import Flask into this file. And we also need to import render template, JSON or JSONify, and a request. So as you can see here, we have our Flask, import Flask, then we have our render template, and then we have our JSONify, and then we have our request. So that's that. And I know you saw we have a lot more imports and inputs. So let me just go over that with you right now, since it's just going to be more reading. So we have our from src helper. We're going to be importing our Huggy Face embeddings. Then we have from the LangChain vector stores. We're going to import the Pinecone. We're going to import Pinecone again. Then from LangChain prompts, we're going to import the prompt template. From the LangChain LLMs, we're going to import the C transformers. From LangChain chains, we're going to import the retrieval IQ or retrieval QA. Then from the .env, we're going to import the load.env. And then from the src.prompt, we're going to import star. As you recall, I mentioned before, this star means everything. So from this src.prompt file, we're going to import everything. And then, of course, we're going to import our operating system. You can see here OS. Now, basically, that's all we did for the night. We did put it in note form so we can know exactly what we're doing and keep track of everything that we're doing over here in our medical chatbot walkthrough. But we did initially fill all of the files in that we needed to fill for the night. We got store done. We started prompt and we started app. I think we're done with this helper also. We didn't go back to it yet. If we do anything else, I'll just open it back up. But yeah, we're working on these two now, the app.py and the prompt.py. So yep, everything's moving quite along with our front end for our medical chatbot. And again, I really didn't plan on running it, but I may just open up another Google Colab and run it over there just to make sure that I can do it. But there are plenty of ways that we can actually host our chatbot. This is just one of the ways that we can do it the way he's showing us using Flask. I wasn't going to use Flask to try it out. I was going to try something else out that I had came across that I wanted to try, but I'll try this way also, like I said. So when the front end is completely done, I'll probably just open up another Google Colab, a notebook, and take everything over there and try to run it through there. But of course, I will keep you posted every step of the way. For now, this is the Python Papi. You guys stay Gucci.